Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, as usual, many updates, many news, many stories every single day. I remind you to be part of the family here on YouTube. Every single day you have the opportunity to get all the informations, even during the World Cup. And so let's jump into it together. And let's start talking about the breaking news from the morning in Europe, late night in the US, after a crazy World Cup day, especially with Portugal winning the game against Croatia in a crazy ending of the match. It's important to mention that the news is coming from Germany because it's over between Julian Nagelsmann and the German national team. The coach is out, game over. So after a terrible World Cup, Germany performed very bad in their group and then lost against Paraguay. Unacceptable for Germany, the general performances from this World Cup. Julian Nagelsmann, after the defeat against Paraguay, went public and said, I would like to stay, I would like to continue, I would like to build my own project also for the next years, and so Nations League, Euros, and let's see what happens after. But the answer from the federation has been completely different. Nagelsmann and Germany part ways with immediate effect. It's over, and for Julian Nagelsmann, unlucky timing, because let me tell you one thing, if Nagelsmann was going to be free on the manager's market this summer before the World Cup, probably today he was going to have a job in Premier League, because there were Premier League clubs really keen and interested in Julian Nagelsmann as ideal candidate for their job. But Nagelsmann was obviously busy with the German national team, didn't want to entertain any negotiations while he was busy to prepare the World Cup, and now the World Cup is over, and after a few weeks, Julian Nagelsmann is out. What's going to happen with the German national team? Remember the name I gave you? The day after the elimination of Germany, I told you, keep close eye to Jurgen Klopp, because Klopp would be open to returning to management, and Klopp is tempted by the German national team. Klopp would be open to that possibility. Now it's on the federation to present the project, to discuss with Klopp. He's busy with Red Bull Group, of course, so they need to have some time to fix everything eventually, but Jurgen Klopp is the top target for the German national team job. So a big story to follow, not just for Germans, but because to have Jurgen Klopp back in football, first of all, would be a fantastic news. Klopp, one of the biggest faces as a coach in the world of football, a fantastic character, a fantastic coach, always very positive, always playing fantastic football, a serial winner. So to have Klopp back would be fantastic. Then let's follow the situation. Let's follow also the situation of the Hijack I was telling you last night, because today the deal is expected to get done. Manchester City are now closing in on the deal to sign Jeremy Monga from Leicester City, one of the most interesting young talents. I say young because this kid is 16 years old, but Manchester City are ready to pay up to £10 million to overtake Arsenal in the race for Jeremy Monga. Arsenal last night communicated to Leicester and to the agents of the player. He's a talented winger, a player with big potential. Arsenal were in very advanced talks, but then they communicated last night to the agents of the player again and to Leicester City that they are not going to proceed. They are not going to send a new bid. They were very close to signing Jeremy Monga, then the deal didn't happen, and now Manchester City expected to close the deal and sign one of the most interesting prospects in England, Jeremy Monga. Again, is about the development. Man City presented the project to the boy and to his family and to his agents. Maresca heavily involved in this deal, because Enzo Maresca was presenting himself how he would see Jeremy Monga in Manchester City in few years. Obviously, there are some steps of development, but they really believe in the player, and so Jeremy Monga to Manchester City expected to be. And here we go quite soon, any moment, maybe while you're watching this video. Another important story, guys, a very important story, let me say, is coming out of the French national team camp, because Bradley Barcola speaks in a press conference, and when he was asked about his future, what are you gonna do in this summer transfer window? Barcola says, I'm busy with the World Cup, I'm focused on the World Cup, after that, I don't know what's gonna happen. Guys, I tell you one thing, if a player wants to stay, if a player is sure he's gonna stay, a player is going to speak with the press conference, interview, whatever, and say, I'm staying. I'm staying at Paris Saint-Germain, we won everything for 2 years in a row, so no reason to leave. Barcola didn't say that. Barcola didn't say that because saying that Barcola is not for sale is not what I'm told. I did that in a video already in April, then in May, then in June, then 2 days ago. I told you, many people are saying Barcola is not leaving Paris Saint-Germain, is not for sale. My position is different. I feel that for Barcola there could be movement, and I always told you this. Now, to see the player opening doors to a different future, is obviously a point to this story. Now, to sign Barcola, you still need a lot of money. You still need to convince Paris Saint-Germain in terms of financials, but the player is hoping to leave in Paris Saint-Germain. This is the reality. The new contract was already in mind 1 year ago, summer 2025, but there was no agreement over the last 10 months between Paris Saint-Germain, Barcola and his agents, and it means that in case of big proposal, there could be movement. Then, again, it has to be a big proposal. So it's on Liverpool, for example. Liverpool have Barcola on top of their list, so Barcola is always on Liverpool list. I told you this for months. I always told you, don't forget Barcola, don't forget Barcola, don't forget Barcola, and now here we are, with Barcola as a serious target for Liverpool. But, obviously, depends financially what they can do in order to reach an agreement with Paris Saint-Germain. So we have to keep close eye to Barcola and Liverpool. And also, for Arsenal, many of you ask me, could be a target for Arsenal. For Arsenal, the number one target remains Morgan Rogers. If they can reach an agreement with Aston Villa, they will sign Morgan Rogers. If they can't, Barcola could be an option. But in this moment, I feel Morgan Rogers is the most serious candidate to become the new winger for Mikel Arteta, also because Arsenal made good progress on player side recently. Then, two more things I wanted to mention, guys. One is about Cody Gakpo. Keep an eye on Tottenham for Cody Gakpo, because Tottenham have interest in the player. Then, I can tell you that Liverpool, as of today, beginning of July, are not opening doors to an exit. So at the moment, Liverpool are not telling Gakpo, okay, you can leave, are not telling Tottenham, okay, let's negotiate. This is not happening now, so at the moment, the door is closed from Liverpool. But we have to see later on this summer, in case Tottenham really open talks by sending a proposal. At the moment, it's an interest. If they send a proposal, we have to see what's going to happen there. So it's a story to keep an eye on, eventually. It's not something guaranteed at this stage. And then, important to mention also the quotes of Javier Pastore, the agent of Enzo Fernandez, the former midfielder, El Flaco. Javier Pastore speaks about Enzo Fernandez and mentions several times in several interviews that there is a possibility for him to explore a move away from Chelsea. He mentioned also Real Madrid interest, but guys, on Real Madrid, I know, obviously there are quotes from the agent, and you can take the quotes, he can say anything. But from what I'm told, Real Madrid consider Enzo Fernandez one among 5 options in midfield, first point. Second point, 0 contacts with Chelsea so far, so club to club has not even started yet. So forget the Cucurella fast deal, because club to club has not started even yet. And third point, this story at the moment depends on exits. So Real Madrid to sign a new midfielder, and could be Enzo, as could be one of the other 4 they are considering, in this case depends on exit. A player has to leave, and let's see who, because Ceballos already left, Nico Paz left, but I mean probably among those players who are part of the rotation in Jose Mourinho's mind, so part of the squad. In that case, who Real Madrid decided to pick. So this is the sense of the story. Guys, on this and much more, let me know your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.